My name's Chief Ken Morgan with Meriden Fire Emergency Services. Approximately 10:50 this morning, we got a report of a industrial injury at a chrome plating facility. Based on the facility, we upgraded the assignment to a full assignment, and upon arrival of the first engine company, declared a fire, which was then declared a working fire, and subsequently has gone to 3 alarms now. There are chemicals within the building that we're concerned with. We're still chasing active fire in the building. We've notified the New Haven County Special Hazards team, and we've got mutual aid coming in from about 7 cities to either cover the city or help us on the scene here. As of now, the fire is not under control. It's contained at this point, but it's burning within the walls of the building, and we're very cautious about using water because of the chemicals that are involved. So it's going to be a very slow, long process to take care of this scene.
In terms of the chemicals, what chemicals are we talking about?
There are numerous chemicals in there, too many for me to mention, names too very complicated for me to even pronounce, but it's a plating company, so they have quite a few chemicals in there, including acids, etc. So those are the ones that we're concerned with, the ones that are really toxic.
One injury?
We have 2 injuries right now. 2 patients have been transported to the burn center for evaluation, condition unknown.
Was the building occupied by staff?
The building was occupied at the time by staff. There was some process going on. Something went awry in the process and a flash fire occurred. We believe that's what injured the 2 occupants at this point. We're still real early in the incident trying to get all the facts together to exactly what happened. So for me to say anything right now would be very premature.
Chief, what about evacuations here on Twist Street? Any residents been evacuated?
At this point, no. People that have come out were suggesting that they shelter in place. We've got a fairly good breeze, and from what we understand, at this point, it's not a problem. Although we don't want anybody down near there until we're 100% sure. We are going to have to decon our firefighters, a pretty extensive decontamination process, obviously, for what we're looking at. We're not 100% sure what was involved, so it's going to be, like I said, a long decon process. And that's part of the reason why we called the NASH team in, the hazmat team in.
In terms of fighting a fire like this, how different approach do you have to take to this type of a fire?
It's a much different approach. Typically, we don't worry too much about how much water we're putting into a building. With something like this, since we're not 100% sure what chemicals could react with the water or how they're going to react, we have to be very careful about where we put water, how much we put there. And then when you do this in a chemical fire like this, then we have to start getting concerned with runoff. And that becomes another big issue.
And DEEP is on hand to probably monitor that.
Yeah, we've got DEEP here. We've got our water and sewer department here helping us. Quite a few people on scene as advisors. So we're trying to handle this as quickly as we can, but taking methodical steps that are in the right direction.
In terms of the fire itself, you say it's still burning? Is it just part of the building?
It's pretty much in the walls. And again, you can hear saws in the background. They're up on the roof. Trying to open up the roof to make sure it doesn't get into there, because that again would cause some more spread. So it's just it's kind of like a hunt and find game right now, where it's going to and where it's burning, and then taking very cautious steps to put it out.
Does it look like there was an explosion that led to the fire?
I don't know for sure. We've heard that there might have been a flash fire. That is unconfirmed at this point. We're still looking into that.
Is there any information about how severe the injuries are to the 2 workers?
They were severe enough that they did not go to the local hospital. They went right down to the burn center. So that tells me that they're pretty significant.
And that's Bridgeport's burn center?
Correct.
And no injuries to firefighters or crews on scene?
And not at this point. And we hope it stays that way. We've got a lot of firefighters here today.
And I know you mentioned the breeze and not a lot of concern for evacuating, but any air quality issues at this point? Is that being monitored by someone?
Yes, that's being monitored. The water runoff is also being monitored just to make sure that it's not contaminated. So far, we've been good. Nothing's been contaminated.
And when you have a breeze it generally dissipates any...
It helps us a lot, unless we've got a massive chemical leak, and then it becomes a problem. We're not in that position right now, so the breeze is actually a plus. And on top of that, it helps keep the firemen a little cooler. It's a hot and muggy day, which makes it really tough to work.
And you went to a third alarm?
Correct.
Okay. Can you explain the different alarms for us?
Typically on a first alarm, you'll get a truck company, 2 engine companies, and a chief. And every alarm subsequent to that will double that. So we're in a third alarm right now. Conservatively, we probably have 9 engine companies here. We've got 2 rescues from out of town, part of the hazmat team. We've got 2 truck companies. Plus we've got companies in to cover the city. New Britain, Berlin, Middletown, Southington. Wallingford's got 3 units here. So it's a lot of mutual aid moving up to help cover us. And in the process, we're also calling back another chief and 2 engine companies. So we'll have staff to help cover the city.
Do you imagine this will be a long process because you have to be careful how much water?
It's going to be a long, methodical process, and then cleanup's going to be even longer. I anticipate we'll be here late into the evening.
And how complicated is coordinating this among all the different departments and the other crews here?
Well, the nice thing about it is a lot of the chief officers have worked together on different things, so it goes like clockwork. We know what their jobs are. We turn them loose on their assignments. Like Nash is going to do the decon. They're already setting up a decon. We've got a company helping them. And this is all stuff that we've been trained to do. So it's so far going flawlessly.
And is there anything that the public is being made aware of regarding drinking water or?
No, it should not be affected. That's an entirely closed, separate system, entirely closed. And we're monitoring what little drain off we're getting from it. Not a lot of drain off from the building, which is good. But we do have some drain off from our trucks using water, and that we're monitoring closely.
Do they name the company? Can you give us the name of the company?
No, I don't. I read it, but I don't remember what it was. I just know they're a chrome plating company.
Chief, is someone from Deep over there in your group?
They are, but they're up on the scene doing
They are.
technical stuff. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Appreciate the
Thank
update.
you.